magical sparks, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle, and today I have something I'm so excited to show you guys because this video is super duper jam-packed and super duper fun. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the other day, Arrtx sent me a surprise in the mail, a special 9th anniversary gift box. Now let's find out what's inside. As we unbox, I just want to say thank you so much, Arrtx, for sending me this gift box. It really means a lot to me and it was a very kind gesture. And secondly, do you guys remember that I unboxed another Arrtx gift box last year? And that one was so cool, the packaging, the gifts, the everything, it was amazing. And now let's see how this year's one looks. I looked at the handle and I was already stunned, but let's open it up and see how it looks. And guys, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. This box is like, it's got like this almost leather type of finish, and there's like this glass covering the Arrtx logo, and it looks so cool. And not to mention the beautiful golden handle and the light purple tassel. Guys, this box is like the definition of aesthetic. It looks so cool. I already loved just the box itself. And now, you know what? Let's find out what's inside the box and see what we got. Also, that felt like a bit of a semi-face reveal right there, but let's see when the actual face reveal happens. Probably in the future. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, here's what's inside the box. Check it out, Arrtx in my art. Let's see what we got. So automatically, the first thing I was inclined to reach for was the letter. And look at this gorgeous stamp. It even has the Arrtx logo on it, which is so cool. And there is a handwritten note, which is just the sweetest thing in the world. More than gifts, I love notes and letters. I find them to be just so meaningful and just so touching. And I loved it. Next up, I reached for the white little packet here, and I wanted to see what was inside. And check it out, we have got 4 different colors of tassels in there: a pink, a purple, a yellow, or should I say gold, and a blue. I love how they look, and I love tassels in general. They're just such a fun accessory to add on to basically anything. So of course my brain went to the thought of adding one to my pencil case, which is exactly what I did later on in this video. And next up, it's so exciting, we have a brand new art supply. And you know what makes this really special? It's the fact that I have never tried using acrylic markers from Arrtx that are not brush tip, because so far all the ones I've tried have been brush tip, and I'm really excited to try these markers out for the very first time in this video. And talking about first times, here is my first ever paper carving lamp. At first I wasn't sure what that meant, but then I realized it's one of those cool lamps that have paper carvings inside, obviously. Obviously. And I've always wanted to get one because I've seen it online and it looks really cool. And I think today is the day to finally try it out. Also, did you guys know that Arrtx made watercolor sketchbooks? Because I only found out today and I was stunned. I love watercolor sketchbooks, and of course we are gonna do some painting. And finally, in the box we have this, a beautiful fragrance, which we'll unbox later. Well, actually, when I said finally, the truth is I thought that was it, but there's still one more thing left, and this thing that is left is probably my favorite thing in this entire gift box, because I've always wanted it ever since I was young, and I finally have one. It is a fan, and I know that sounds a little bit silly, but I've always wanted one of these, and I always used to make them out of paper, and it would be lots of fun. Eventually I kind of forgot about it, but now that I finally have one, it feels like a dream come true. It just gives me main character of the movie vibes, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's everything that was in the box, and it's so much. I mean, just look at it. Thank you so much, Arrtx, once again. This was very kind, and I loved all the gifts so much. But of course, this is not the end, because we're only 25% through. Still got 75% more to go. Hello and welcome to a brand new day. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at all the gifts inside the box and seeing what we got. So firstly, I went ahead and took off the golden tassel because it looks so pretty, and I added it to my pencil case, which was super easy, and instantly it just looks so much better. Don't you agree? It also looks so metallic and so shiny, especially in the sunlight, which just, I don't know, it's so aesthetic. Next up, I wanted to see what was inside this box. So I knew it was some type of fragrance, but I didn't exactly know what it would be. But all I knew is that the box was light purple and I was already loving that. So inside we have this beautiful image of a flower, and again, light purple. I don't know why, I've just loved that color ever since I was like 7 years old, I think. Anyways, this is what we've got. It is a beautiful freshener, and again, it's light purple. How lucky is that? And also the tag that it comes with happens to be, you guessed it, light purple. What a jackpot. But anyways, I'm going to try and force myself to stop talking about the color and instead talk about the scent, because this smells so good. It just smells so fresh and I don't know, it's just so beautiful. I can't describe the scent, but it's like 10 out of 10. That good. And of course, let's take another look at this fan. Not only is the fan beautiful, but the tassel and the case are so elegant. It's just pure perfection. Like, just look at it, main character vibes. Also, it's like currently summer in Australia, and every year Christmas happens during summer, so this is going to be perfect to keep me nice and cool. And next up, it's time to charge and have a look at our paper carving lamp. So I could kind of see the design. It kind of looks like a mirror because yeah, you guys can see my sweater quite clearly. And it works like a mirror, but when you charge it, it turns into the most beautiful lamp. So let me show you just how it looks. So you can either charge it or you can use batteries. I went ahead and charged it. Then when you turn it on, it looks like this. Hold on, let me get you in a better view. This. Check it out. This is just so cool. It has so much detail and so much depth, and it kind of looks like something from a beautiful movie, like almost a fantasy movie. It's just perfect. I love it. And now next on my list is the watercolor sketchbook. So I've tried out watercolor paper, I have tried out watercolor pads and watercolor sketchbooks in the past, but I've never used something that is so tiny, and I really love it because when I'm traveling or even if I'm just going out, I can just pop this in my bag and take this with me anywhere, especially if I want to try some urban sketching or just some like plain air painting. This would be perfect. Also, the design on the cover is looking so cool. I love how it's kind of like vintage and like antique-esque. It looks really cool. And also the pages inside are perforated, which means you can easily tear out your art, which is another cool feature. And if I were to describe the size of this sketchbook, I would say it's definitely bigger than my palm, yet overall smaller than the length of my hand, if that kind of makes sense. Anyways, moving on to the acrylic markers, let's try these out. So this is the 36 color acrylic marker set, and I haven't tried this particular set before, so I'm really curious to try it out and to see how it looks. Already I'm loving the pink and aqua color combination. It looks so good. And here are all the colors in the set. As you can see, we get a metallic silver and a metallic gold marker inside as well. Opening it up, the first thing we see are these spare nibs, which is always very handy, and then voila, the markers. And as you can tell, today I'm in a bit of a light purple mood, so of course I reached for the light purple marker, and here's how it looks. The packaging on the barrel of the marker is so cool. Like, I love the intricacy and the detail. It's really different to the previous marker designs, and I love that. And also here is how the nib looks as well. And of course, before you ask, the answer is yes. The cap of the marker does very easily fit on the back, which is definitely something that deserves a pat on the back. And with that, we have unboxed each and every single gift from the beautiful gift box. And now let's move on to something a little more satisfying, which would be swatching. So just before we swatch our markers, we obviously have to activate them. So I just followed the instructions on the barrel of the marker. I shook it and I gently pressed down, and after a few presses, you can see the ink started flowing through. It was super easy and super satisfying. Also, something that I loved a lot was that it was super quick, because sometimes this can take a bit of time, but with these markers, it was super quick, super easy, super satisfying, super fun, and yeah, like that's basically it. I don't have anything negative to say. Oh, and also I just remembered I have something very exciting to tell you guys, which is that my summer holidays have begun, which means that I will have more time to make, edit, and upload videos for you guys. Now, obviously, this would mean that I get to draw more, which is exciting. But do you know what's even more exciting? I'll tell you. The part that's the most exciting for me is getting to read and reply to your comments, because that is my favorite part of the YouTube process. I love reading your comments and they always make my day. And hey, what do you know? Just like that, all our swatches are complete. I love the two metallic colors especially, and out of all the colors, my favorites would definitely have to be the lime green, the pastel blue, the pastel purple, and the pastel pink. Even though the markers are organized, I'm still going to reorganize them just because it's satisfying. And you know what? This actually worked out to my benefit because now I can show you guys how the markers stayed organized inside. It's because of this grid setup that's there, and I love how you can take it out if you want to, but I decided to keep it in the box. And with that, let's reorganize our markers. I'm also going to take this chance to send out a very big shout out to everyone who's made it this far in the video. And you know what? Don't worry, we're halfway through the video and the second half is going to involve making lots of art. Comment this emoji to let me know you made it this far. Thank you! And now it's time to try out our brand new watercolor sketchbook by making some paintings. So I grabbed out my trusty Meeden watercolor set. This watercolor set has lasted me for years, and it will continue to last me for years because the paint is so good, and unlike gouache or acrylics, it doesn't just dry up. And I love that about it. I mean, obviously you can reactivate gouache, but reactivating watercolors is just so much easier. Anyways, I want to start off by just making a simple page with simple paintings. I didn't make a sketch for anything I made on this page. I just kind of went right in and painted whatever I wanted. And this brought back such sweet memories of me back in the day painting watercolor roses and random watercolor landscapes and sceneries and random rainbows and sparkles and ice creams and watermelons. Good days. Those were the days. I mean, I'm talking about back in 2019 and I still cannot digest that it's been like 5 years. That's crazy. But yeah, I love watercolor painting. It's definitely one of my favorite things. And yeah, here's how it turned out. I added some outlining here and there, which I kind of regret, but still here's how the final page turned out. It was super fun to make, and I am always going to love the memory that I feel when I look back at it. Now this is going to be the final part of today's video where we work on a whole illustration and make a full complete drawing. So I grabbed out my Canson rough sketchbook because this sketchbook works pretty well with paint markers and acrylic paint markers. So of course I reached for that. So I was either going to color in the jellyfish that I drew on this page or make a brand new drawing. And then I decided let's make a brand new drawing. But then I didn't know what to draw, so I asked you guys, and here's what the votes say. Now, I can't say I was surprised. I kind of knew Equestria Girls was gonna win, and as you can see, after half an hour and after 5 days, Equestria Girls are definitely winning. So of course, I listened to you guys and I drew some Equestria Girls from My Little Pony. And I'm so glad Equestria Girls won because My Little Pony was like my entire childhood. And I know this might sound a bit dramatic, but I genuinely teared up when the last episode aired and I watched it. Like, I felt goosebumps and I felt so sad and just also so happy at the same time, but more sad. And I know it sounds childish to say I cried, but it's not childish because from season 1 all the way to season 9, like, I have grown up watching My Little Pony, so it really means a lot to me. And getting to make this drawing right now of the Equestria Girls, it just like brings joy to my heart. Other My Little Pony fans out there, you will know what I mean. I remember when up to season 4 was online and I was watching it, and I memorized every single episode and every single dialogue and storyline from every single episode up to season 4. And then after every new episode came out, my friends and I would watch it together, and it just brings back the sweetest, most like lovely memories ever. And then just gradually seeing the characters grow up and develop in terms of personality, like I was a humongous fan of Twilight Sparkle, not just because she was the main character, like that had nothing to do with it, just the way that her personality was, like it felt really relatable. And it's so cool to see like how she was like this really stressed person who overthought everything in season 1 to just becoming this really mature person in season 9 who wasn't easily stressed or easily becoming anxious. It was just amazing. Anyways, before I ramble more and more about My Little Pony, here is a reference of how my art looks. And I'm showing this to you guys because in case you're new and in case you're watching this video, I just want you to have a rough idea of how my art normally looks. Because today I'm going to be trying something different in terms of my art style and how I color. So I'm going to go for a more flat kind of look, and I'm going to draw with a bit more of a cartoonish art style. And just because of that, I just want to show you guys how my art normally looks. And also, how cute are these spike drawings? I made them this year and I really regret not recording them. Anyways, back to our drawing. So if you watch Equestria Girls, the very first movie, and go to like the ending, there's this scene where all the friends take a photo together, and that's basically what I used as my reference. And today I'm going to try and create some fan art based off that scene. So let's get started. This is for everyone who loves those ASMR moments in my videos. Let me know if you want to see some more. Even though Twilight Sparkle is consistently my favorite character, I have to say Fluttershy's color palette in this drawing is definitely looking so pastel and so beautiful. As you can see, these markers work really well. Like, it was so easy for me to color in large areas because the ink blended together really well. And afterwards I tried some layering with Rarity's hair as well, just to see if I can get some depth. And afterwards I went ahead and brought out my other acrylic markers from Arrtx, just so I could make sure that I match the colors well. So for Fluttershy's dress, hair, and her skin, I used those markers because they're a bit more pastel and they worked perfectly. Also, if anyone would like to see more fan art videos or more My Little Pony drawing videos, let me know in the comments, because I think it would be pretty fun to try and draw the ponies in my style, but like completely design their outfits and everything. I think that would be pretty cool. Or just to even use markers like alcohol markers so I can achieve more of a style that's consistent to my usual style. Yeah, let me know what your thoughts are and we can try to make them work. So for the drawing, as you can see, I just went ahead and added like a really nice simple base coat for all the characters and all their different like components or elements, you could say. And then I went ahead and colored in their eyes, and then I grabbed some fine liners to do the details. But I didn't just start there. Afterwards, I grabbed some more art supplies to help me with the line art, so I used multiple colors. I also brought in some pencils, some gel pens, and some watercolors just to make the page really pop. For me, on one hand, I love this flat 2D type of style. It's like so easy to do and also looks so cool. But on the other hand, I also love like adding lots of shading and lots of depth and really making the characters pop. So it's kind of like fun to experiment with the two and see what elements of each I can combine together into my normal art style, and this was definitely a great learning experience. I am so happy that I made this drawing, not just because I got to draw a cartoon that I loved a lot as a kid and still will and always continue to love, but also because I got to color in skin tones that are not like your classic normal skin tones. Like, I got to color in blue skin, purple skin, and pink skin, and that felt so good. It kind of felt like I was having more fun with my art and kind of like bringing out my inner child, and it was just a nice vibe. I don't know why I don't do it more often. You know what? I should do it more often because it's fun. Okay, rewind. What did I just say? Because it's fun. And this is why I love art. Because you can do something just because it's fun. There's no rules, no limitations. Do whatever you want and even do something because it's fun. Wow. I love how that got so philosophical over a span of just a couple of seconds. Anyways guys, here it is. Here is the grand reveal. I love how this drawing turned out. I was a bit nervous about the watercolors because I thought they might be a bit distracting, but I think it worked out pretty well. It looks so colorful and so beautiful, and it makes me so happy to look at this drawing. Once again, I want to send out a very big thank you to Arrtx for sending me this wonderful gift box. I love the gift box, I love the gifts, and the markers were amazing, and without them I probably would not have created this beautiful piece of art. Thank you so much. And also thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and of course let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this art style? What do you think about this drawing? And also, if you've seen My Little Pony, who is your favorite character? Anyways guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a fabulous time. Stay awesome as always, and I will see you all in the very next video. Until then, bye!